It is that time of the year again to take out our Christmas tree. This year I went with a 7.5 feet slim King of Christmas. It comes with LED lights. I believe it's 500 LED lights, and you guys will see it once it's open. So let's go ahead and open this baby. Obviously, as you saw, everything comes with letters. It comes in 3 pieces, very easy to assemble. The thing that is going to take most of your time, it is going to be opening the branches. And I really love these branches because they are so thick that they will hold like heavy ornaments. Another feature that I love of this tree is the light settings. It has 3 light settings. One is steady, as you guys see. The other one, it goes on and off very slowly, and then the other one, it just flashes out, very pretty. And just depends on what you want, you can just change it. These are part of the ornaments I found at Michael's. I feel like it's a pretty good deal for $20 each one of these. As far as the ribbons, this is how I store my ribbons. These are all from last year. I'll be recycling a couple of them and adding some red ones. These all are ornaments from last year that I'll be recycling into this tree along with the red. And the first thing I do is lay out all my ornaments like this so I can see them all, and then it will be easier for me to decorate. So obviously I start adding lights, extra lights to my Christmas tree. I just feel like when you add extra lighting, it makes the tree a lot fuller. So I always recommend to do that first before you put any ornaments. Here is a view of the tree with the extra lighting, and they are from Walmart. First, I start from the top to the bottom, and I start adding in a way of like a zigzag. That's the shape that I want to give to all the ribbons. So the first one is going to be the pattern for all of them. This one blended a little bit too much because the tree is flocked and I want a little bit more red and more action in this tree. So I'll be adding a lot more ribbons than this. Next, I'll be adding my red ribbon, and this one came from Michael's. It is so rich, velvet, super beautiful. Basically, I go inside out with the ribbon. Some people prefer to cut them, but I like doing it this way because I can just recycle my ribbon and do other projects with it in the future. So my next technique, it is to start in the same direction, and I like adding a pop of another ribbon on top. I use a thin one and then a thicker one. It gives it an extra layer of texture that I really loved. I started with this red ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. When you get the ribbons, make sure they are wired because that's going to allow it for you to twist it in any way that you want. So I started with this, it's like a lighter red, but at the end you'll see I ended up changing it. I realized I wanted another ribbon in the middle, and I'm using the silver one that pops really well with the red. So I repeat the same technique with this one. All my silver ribbons are from Big Lots, and they are from last year. I'm not sure if they're carrying the same kind, but usually they do bring the most popular ones. So here's where I told you, one thing that I recommend is just to step back, look at your tree and see how it's coming along, because that's going to allow you to see. So I realized this red is the one that I really wanted to go with, so I'm replacing the other red ribbon with this one with the same technique. And one more thing before I move to the ornaments, it is you want to repeat the same sequence of ribbons so your tree looks uniform. So I'll repeat the same sequence all around this tree. Here is the final result. It already looks so pretty only with the ribbons, and I really love the effect that this gives to the trees, and it makes them more full. The next step after the ribbon is always my flowers. You're going to find them like these from Walmart. You will not recognize how pretty they are. So they come in different colors. I've seen them in gold and white, and look at the beauty once you open them. Totally different, you guys. It's only like $2.98 for each. It's very affordable for the size of the flower. And we're going to start placing those around the tree. Next, I'll be adding my red ones, and these are super adorable. They have like eyes on them. They're like crystals, wanting to portray that it's eyes. They are so gorgeous and they match perfectly with my velvet ribbon. Next, I add all my other ornaments to the tree. And what the only thing that we want to make sure it is that they are even all around the tree, all the different kinds of ornaments. These pearl ones are from Big Lots. I haven't been there this year. These are from last year, so I'm not sure if they're carrying them, but they are one of my favorites. The white ice looking ones are from Hobby Lobby as well. And the next day, when I thought my tree was finished, I realized something was missing, and it is that the velvet red flowers are a little bit too small for the size of the tree. So I ended up going back to Hobby Lobby and picked up these red velvet ones. They are very huge and they are the biggest size that they have. So I realized that it needed that pop of like a huge wow factor, so I went ahead and added those, and I left the red ones too, the other little ones. As far as ribbons, I decided to add one more. This one is from Walmart. It was around $4, and I just thought with the sparkles and the richness of the red, I will place it in the center, and I really love the way it came out. And a trick that I add to all my Christmas trees all the time to fill the holes, it is this cotton. It is very affordable. A bag, a super big bag, is like $5 or $8, something like that, and you can just fill all the holes with one bag. While at Hobby Lobby doing my final purchases, I decided to add some big bowl ornaments. I also picked up these other red ones that have application on them of like little beads, and they are absolutely gorgeous. These ones, I remember looking at my tree from last year. They are from Michael's. I didn't see them this year, and they are only 6 that will go around the tree. And of course, you know, I love my crystals, so I picked these ones up from Hobby Lobby, $4.99, but again, everything is 50% off. So I picked up like 2 sets of those. These ones, I believe they are new at Hobby Lobby. Unfortunately, I only got the last 4 and I haven't seen them since. It's a pearl brooch with a big crystal on the bottom. It's super gorgeous. The tree is pretty much done. And for the top, I'm using these branches. You can find similar ones at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And the technique is very simple. I just went around it and placed branches all around the tree. Very simple. You just make sure you are doing it from the top and the middle of the tree. For the bottom, I'll be adding this tree skirt. It is from Hobby Lobby. And so at the end, I ended up adding these other branches that I had at the top of the tree. I just feel like it gives it a little bit more height and it makes it look more elegant. inspiration behind these three was definitely a warm red traditional Christmas with a touch of glam. Now, I believe I achieved that, but what is your thoughts on this Christmas tree? Is this yet your favorite? Leave me a comment down below with your favorite part of this video. If you would like to see how I stock gift boxes, just leave me a comment down below and I'll go ahead and include that on my living room tour. I did not wanted to make this video too long. That's why I didn't include that process, but I'll definitely include it as per your request. If you also wanted to see how I set up these nativity decorations, leave me a comment down below and I'll make sure to include that on my next video. I really love this Santa. It is so gorgeous. It came from Home Goods and it just brings so much happiness to me. This nativity, it also came from Home Goods a few years back and it makes it to every Christmas tree I have done. Let's remember the true meaning of Christmas. It is about giving and Jesus, and obviously it is very important to me to have the nativity added to my Christmas decorations. If you really enjoyed this video also and felt inspired to decorate, leave me a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you and appreciate every one of you. And if you would like to see more videos like this and you're not subscribed to my channel, I invite you to join my YouTube family. This is it for today. Thank you all so much. I love you guys and I'll see you next time. Happy holidays.